everyone, Kristina Werner here. Welcome to another video for assignmentstamp.com. In my last video here on the Simon channel, I showed you some mini envelope cards using the limited edition Valentine's Day card kit for this year. In today's video, I'm going to show you a card using the February 2021 card kit, including this fun stamp set and these pattern papers. Now you might notice that while this stamp set and kit are very geared toward Valentine's Day, the stamp set actually doesn't say Valentine's Day on it. So you could use it year round, or if by chance your kit arrives a little bit after the holiday, you can still use this stamp set. I think it's a really versatile stamp set. I'm going to be doing some Copic coloring today, so I'm using a Copic friendly ink for my stamping. I'm using Intense Black ink from Simon, and I'm stamping my images twice to get a nice black line. I'm stamping the bear and then the little heart candy, and I'm going to stamp that heart candy 3 times, and I'm also going to be stamping the words inside the large heart that the bear is holding and the small conversation hearts as well. The stamp set has little tiny itty bitty words to go inside those hearts. So for my Copic color, I'm going to speed up the coloring process, but you will see all of it, and I'm going to walk you through most of it. So the colors that I've chosen for the hearts on this card for all the coloring come directly from those pattern papers that you saw at the beginning of the video. I'm planning to use different patterns, and I wanted the colors to be very complementary with my coloring. So I have the papers off to the side of my work surface here, and I'm referencing them while I pick my marker colors. This is a really fun kind of pink shade combination that I like to use, and I'm going to use E19 just to intensify that color at the outer edges. For reds and pinks, I like to use more of a reddish brown shade for the darkest color. I think that tends to give a better result. So after I had most all of that heart colored in, I'm going to go ahead and move to those smaller conversation hearts. And here's where I can have a little bit more fun with all of the colors that I choose, because I want it to match the pattern paper. So I'm using this nice peachy combination with some oranges, and it's a very unusual color for one of these little conversation heart candies, but it goes really well with the pattern paper. And just like I did for the big red heart, I'm using a few different shades, mostly just 3 shades, a light, medium, and dark, for all of this coloring. I think you could watercolor these images and they would be so adorable. They'd be really, really cute as well. So I've got this kind of pink rose shade, and this last one I'm going to do more aqua shades, kind of like aqua blues. I'm going to use some BG colors, and I'm going to zoom in so you can see it a little bit better. Starting with that lightest shade, BG11, moving to the middle shade, BG45, and then BG49, and then I'll go backwards, go back to that middle shade, and finish off by blending with BG11. So the coloring for all of the hearts is finished. I'm now going to move on to this cute little bear holding that heart. I'm using a really simple brown color combination, just 3 colors that are right next to each other on the Copic coloring chart. I'm using E55, E57, and E59, and these are a great these colors are a great combination for a brown bear. I think it'd be really cute to color this bear like a polar bear too, using just some very light gray shades. I think that would be adorable. But for me, I was thinking of a brown fuzzy bear, and so I decided to color with my brown Copics. I'm adding a little bit of shadow and shading right under the front paws, under his chin area, and on the sides of his head. I don't want to add too much of that dark color because it is very, very strong. Coming back with that lighter brown to blend out all of that coloring. Then I'm going to move on to the snout area, and I'm not going to add as much color on this one because I do want it to stand out from the rest of his face. For his nose, I'm just using a simple black color. First, I'm adding some blush using R32, and then I'm going to use 100 just to fill in the black area on his nose and also on his ears. So I thought it'd be kind of fun to have a little bit of a highlight on his nose. So I used a number 10 Jelly Roll pen for that. I then used my scissors. These scissors are from EK Success. These are the honeybee scissors. These are my favorite scissors for fussy cutting because they're small but still sharp, and they also are kind of stick resistant. So if you're cutting through any adhesive or anything like that, they'll be really easy to clean up. Now you'll notice that the white edge of my cardstock is pretty visible when I tip my bear kind of in the light here. So I'm taking a brush tip marker. This is the Copic Multiliner, but at this point you could use any black ink. It's better if it's Copic friendly, so that's why using this Copic marker is good. But I just painted the edges of my images so they look a little bit more finished. So here's my pattern paper I'm choosing. I just wanted to check the color on those, and now I'm going to work on the card base using the light pink cardstock included in the kit, and I'm also going to be using the Nested Circles die set from Simon to cut my card base. This is going to be a circle card, so it's going to be really fun. So I cut 4.5-inch circles, 2 of them, and then I cut a bunch of pattern paper strips, just using different patterns and different widths. After I had those cut out, I then adhered all the strips to some scratch paper. I just used some of the grid paper that usually goes in my MISTI, but this paper won't be shown at all on the final project. So if you wanted to do something similar, you could use whatever paper you have on hand. I trimmed it down so it was just my pattern paper strips. And then I arranged my bear and also the candy hearts on top of this strip. I used some foam adhesive on the back, and I also cut down some additional foam adhesive into very small squares so that I could adhere the little candy hearts. So now I'm going to place it over my circle card front. I'm temporarily adhering it to the front so that I can trim off the sides and have them match up with that circle edge. You could definitely adhere it straight to the card front, but I wanted to pop up this whole little center area. So I then removed it from my card front, put foam adhesive on the back, and then put it right back in the same place. My card is almost done. I'm going to assemble the card base now, taking the back of my circle card, putting it on my Score Buddy board, and I'm going to score it at 4 inches so that it's got about a 1/2 inch area for the fold. I then put some Tombow Extreme adhesive covering all of that fold, that little tab area, and then I can put my 2 card base pieces together. And I'll just press them together, and then I can fold up the front of the card and see the interior, and I don't have anything changing the full circle of the front of my card. I love doing circle cards like this. I then took a black marker, this is another Copic Multiliner, and I just did some stitch lines right around the outer edge. To finish it off and add a little bit of shine, I'm using some glossy accents on the bear's nose and also on those candy hearts. And that finishes the card for today. I hope you guys enjoyed. You can get all the supplies that I've used over at SimonsStamp.com, and the stamp set and the pattern paper are included in the February 2021 card kit. I hope you'll check that out over at SimonsStamp.com.